Hey guys, Proper Trucking. I want to discuss just a little bit of things with respect to our current climate, economy, election time, everything that's going on right now. Things that I think us as drivers, owner operators, companies, whichever, things that we need to think about are, you know, the places that we go to. 99% of the time, it's in a city, and there's bunches of people, and we've had all these stories and everything that's going on with, trucks getting shot up. There's plenty of info on it. A FedEx driver was getting robbed. Somebody pulled a gun out on him supposedly, and he took off and ran over the guy that was in the middle trying to unload the second trailer, the one in the middle. Said that he was in fear for his life, so he put it in gear and took off. I don't know the ramifications of what he's actually dealing with, but if he ends up going to jail for it or something like that, man, think about that. Look at what we're going to deal with. And a lot of these drivers that I've been talking to say they're just not going to go. They're not going to go deliver anything into one of these cities that has protests going on. And the company that I'm with right now, they're pretty adamant about keeping you out of the city, or at least letting you know so that you can make proper adjustments beforehand. That way you don't have to deal with it. However, I was driving along the road on I-80 in Iowa, going through Iowa City on the interstate. Paintings of F. Trump, taking rattle cans and just spray painting BLM and this, that, and the other, all kinds of derogatory stuff. Things that don't need to be on there, number one, and number two, it just proves that, no matter where we're at, even on the interstate, we're subject to it. So the things that we need to be looking at, things we need to be talking about is, what are we planning on doing? What are you planning on doing? Should you be confronted with something like that? You got a lot to think about. You get stuck in a situation like that, you don't have much of a choice. You've either got to set it out, or you just got to run over somebody. Well, we all know what the repercussions of running over somebody is. Keep your head on a swivel. That's the only thing I can say. Keep your head on a swivel. Try to stay informed. There's just a lot of things that need to be looked at and planned for. Like, gotta have gear. Let's just say that this coming election, if shit turns sideways, what do we got going on? What happens then? How are you going to get home? You're going to need some gear to get home. You're going to need money to get home. My thoughts are, as far as a taxi goes, there's other means of transportation, but let's just use that as an example. Like, you use taxis. Taxis are anywhere from $1.15 to $2 a mile. You figure that plus times the distance that you have to get home. If it's 2,000 miles, figure that $2 and something a mile. You need to have some cash on hand. Either that or have a bicycle on the back of your truck, which I've seen quite a bit of people doing that. Not so much lately, but I have seen it done. They'll strap it on the back, the headache rack, or put it on the front of the trailer. I've seen some guys, they actually have a means of using the 1-inch straps to tie it to the underside of the trailer. Also, things to think about is on your way home, resupply locations. Where are you going to get your next supply of food, water, means of some place to chill out and wait for everything to cool down. And you got all these things that need to be taken into consideration. If you can't find transport, you're going to have to walk. So I went with PT. Use PT for a reminder. Physical training. Get out and walk. Put your gear on. Go exercise with it. That way you can handle it when it actually happens. You've got a limited amount of time to start getting out there and actually doing the things, as Bear says, doing the things so that you aren't dying of a heat stroke on your way home. I can't think of anything else to tell you other than start getting prepared, start looking ahead, start thinking about what you may or may not be faced with. You know, I can't dictate what your options are, but I can give you my opinions and my thoughts, or what I have planned. If it happens, you ain't got nothing with you. You ain't got nothing to protect yourself with, nothing to shield yourself with. Start thinking now. Start sharing the word that this coming election time, we all know it's going to be a shit show. It don't matter who wins. It's going to be bad. Come election time, I would suggest letting everybody know ahead of time that you want to be home or within a certain amount of miles from the house. Because if it happens and you're on the other side of the country, how are you going to get through all them cities that you're going to have to go through just to get home? Think about that. You got, let's just say you're in Los Angeles and you live in, just say, Missouri, say St. Louis. You live south of St. Louis. Look at all the distance that you got to go. The average person can only walk like 6 to 10 miles a day. When I was in the Marine Corps, you had 10K, 12K, 15K humps with all your gear, plus a 50 cal, plus your M16, everything that you needed, including your food, for 3 days. All that weight adds up, and you got all that distance to travel. How are you going to get home with that? How are you going to make it 200 yards? Give it some thought. I'm going to leave this out here. You guys let me know what you have as far as thoughts, plans. Let's work on this together. Let's not, well, it's my way. No, it's not. It's going to take multiple people, to be able to form some sort of a group or a thought process or what have you, to make a plan in order to get home. If the country shuts down because of this COVID, country shuts down, then you got the election going on. Too many things are adding up to us not having a way of life and dealing with a lot of crap in order to get home after this happens. And then what are you going to do when you get home? Do you have any supplies there? Do you have food? You got a means of water supply? There's a lot to be thinking about. So anyways, I'm gonna leave this out there. Let me know what you guys think. If it provokes thought, that's my goal. Take it from there, guys. I'll be back soon. Till then, keep your head on a swivel. We'll see you out there.